Hello everyone, it's me, Trey Reach Tarot 2. It's 9:36 here in Atlanta, Georgia. Please let me know when and where you're watching this. And if this message resonates with you in the near future, and if it doesn't, that's okay too. There are other readers that can help you. 936 breaks down to 12 plus 6 is 18. 18 breaks down to a 9. So accomplishment, 9 is before 10, which is completion. So you're probably on the precipice of accomplishing something that could be close to completion. Maybe an art project, maybe something that's musically inclined, or maybe just finishing your thesis and or the semester if you're in college, which is in February. I don't know how semesters work for certain colleges, but you could be almost done with your college degree and or finishing the semester out if you just needed one more credit, whatever the case may be, right? And that's exciting, right? 9 talks about accomplishment. So let's get into it. Holy Spirit, separate me from the fall. The most I can always call. What does chat need to know, see, and or understand about their day today, just in general? What message do you have for chat today? With that being said, Holy Spirit, separate me from the fall. The most I can always call. What does chat need to know, see, and or understand for their day today? The first card out here, we have girl fight. We have somebody speaks like that, maybe. We have girl fight, right? Boxing can be very significant. It's arguments, physical fighting, at war, competing, right? Ooh, and then you have reflecting. So when I see these cards, I think maybe that there was a fight, or you're thinking about a fight with reflecting, right? Or thinking about how someone tried to pressure you, right? Or maybe you might be at war with yourself, right? And that is really what it is, because I don't see this this, like, someone might talk like that is, or like doesn't speak in clear sentences, like, or clear vernacular, if you will. But you might be at war with yourself, and which is causing you to reflect, right? Which I really do, I like, right? You're not just automatically going off a tangent or just being impulsive. I think you're just going based off of what you feel inside, and that's based off of how you reflect and what you reflect on. Bad reputation. Yeah, this might involve another person. Even though I just said this might be at war with yourself, this could be a double-sided message, right? You could be at war with yourself about or regarding somebody else, right, who has a bad reputation. There are two feminine energies out here. If you look at this, there's a girl fight and bad reputation here. So this person that you might be at war with, right, might not only be yourself, but also this other individual. When I mean by you might be at war with yourself on how to deal with the situation externally, right? So you're trying to figure out what you need to do internally in order to face this person who has a bad reputation externally, right? So again, this is a two-sided message. I've been doing two-sided messages a lot today, right? Trying to make connections here. With that being said, like, you are the feminine energy who may be at war with yourself on how to deal with this other person who has a bad reputation, which is causing you to reflect, which I think is great, because maybe you have a lot to lose, right? And you don't want to be mixed up in that type of energy. And I don't know why they have you in this energy anyway, but yeah, when I pulled this as threatening, intimidating, bothered, or threatened, bothered, right? Maybe that's why they have you in this energy. This other person with the bad reputation, with the bad rap, okay? Maybe they can't rap, they try to rap, right? Is threatened by you, right? Because you are intimidating and threatening, and they are bothered. That's really what it is, right? And that's not your fault. It's really not, right? They need to know how to deal with that type of trigger and or become even more threatening themselves. Learn, right? But nonetheless, you have a choice out here on how to deal with this, right? And I can't tell you that choice. It's something that you're going to get from reflecting on the situation and how you would like to deal with the situation personally. And I would really advise you to continue to reflect on this, right? On how to deal with this essential girl fight. I think it's a one-sided girl fight because this person has a bad reputation and is threatened by you, right? When you look at these two girls out here, one is like smoking, which is nothing bad about smoking. One is focused on their physical health. One isn't. One is obviously outside, right, at leisure, and one is really putting in the work to do what they got to do. You see the difference in the two girls here, right? So that could be very significant. Let me know in the comments if that's resonating, right? You could be at war with this other person unknowingly and knowingly, and they are just threatened by how threatening you are. And again, this is coming out direct diagonal of this card. This girl is threatening, right? This girl is, I don't know why I'm twisting my hand like that. This girl is threatening because she's a boxer, right? And like this card says threatening, intimidating, threatened, bothered, right? I can see why this person would be bothered by you because you are threatening, but you probably don't show that, right? You probably don't externally show how threatening you are, right? Even though they know that you box and you could fight and you could do all these things, you're probably more peaceful, right? With this reflective card. And maybe they're bothered, i.e., bothered at the bottom of this card, at how peaceful you are despite how threatening you can be and threatening that you are, right? You just don't externally show that. And maybe that's why they're bothered by that, because they want to be as threatening as you are because they're a bully, right? Bad reputation, bully, start with B. Bitch. That her name could start with a B. Nonetheless, like, on the bottom of the deck is thief, rob, loss, theft, physical or emotional. Maybe that they feel like they're robbed of some type of accolade or reputation, or not even reputation, some type of like admonishment, right? Because of this. That could be the person with this bad reputation. But let me know if this resonates with you in the comments. Know that your energy is your own, my energy is my own. No one try to adopt. If you host try, my ancestors will break you like a pop.